Hi everyone, I'm Zam. Today, I just want to share a few simple thoughts about something we've been hearing a lot about lately: AI in education and assessment. It feels very current, but in some ways, it's not entirely new. To me, it's just another opportunity to pause for a moment, reflect, and think about how we teach, how we learn, and what really matters in education. Have you noticed how universities are suddenly very worried about AI? Everywhere you look, the big question seems to be: did the student write this or did AI write it? And honestly, I understand the concern. Universities care about honesty, they care about fairness, they want to know if students are really learning. But maybe we are asking the wrong question. The real issue is not just whether students are using AI. The bigger question is this: are university assessments still designed for the world we live in now? Because AI has changed the game. If an assignment can be completed by simply asking a chatbot to write a neat summary, a basic essay, or a generic reflection, then maybe the problem is not only the student, maybe the problem is the assignment. For a long time, many university tasks have rewarded predictable answers. Students learn the structure, follow the formula, repeat the key points, and get the marks. But that does not always mean deep learning is happening. Now, AI can produce polished text in seconds. It can sound confident, it can sound academic, it can sound convincing. And instead of seeing this as a warning sign, many universities are reacting by policing. They use detection tools, they look for suspicious sentences, they worry if the writing sounds too smooth or too robotic. But this is not a long term solution. Outside university, people use tools all the time. Accountants use spreadsheets, designers use software, engineers use simulations, writers use spell check, search engines, and now AI. We do not say someone is less intelligent because they use a useful tool. What matters is whether they understand what they are doing. Education should not only judge the final answer, it should also reveal the thinking behind it. Can the student explain their choices? Can they defend their argument? Can they apply an idea to a real problem? Can they respond to feedback and improve their work? That is where real learning becomes visible. AI is not automatically the enemy of education. The real danger is shallow assessment. If a task only asks students to describe, repeat, or package information, then AI will expose how weak that task already was. So instead of simply banning AI, universities need to rethink assessment. Maybe students should do more oral presentations. Maybe they should explain their process. Maybe assignments should include drafts, feedback, revision, case studies, practical projects, or real world problems. Essays and exams can still have value, but every task needs to be reviewed carefully. What does this assessment actually show? Does it show memorization or understanding? Does it show polished writing or real thinking? This change will not be easy. Redesigning assessment takes time. It needs training, creativity, and leadership. But doing nothing is more dangerous. If universities keep using old assessment methods, they may prepare students for a world that no longer exists. And this matters beyond the classroom. Assessment shapes what students value. It shapes how they learn. It shapes the kind of graduates society receives. If we reward students only for packaging information, we should not be surprised when they struggle with originality, judgment, and real world complexity. So maybe it is time to stop treating assessment like a fence that needs guarding. Maybe assessment should be a bridge between knowledge and real life, a bridge between learning and practice, a bridge between university and the AI driven world students are already entering. Of course, ethics still matters. Students should be honest about how they use AI. Universities should teach responsible use. Fairness and transparency are important. But fear should not stop progress. The goal is not to move recklessly. The goal is to move forward responsibly. Because in the end, the question is not simply, did AI help write this? The better question is, did meaningful learning happen? And that is the question universities should be brave enough to answer.